Welcome back to Chaos Decoded, Life, Liberty, and Dollars. Today, we're diving deep into a question that raises a massive red flag for humanity across the globe. What is it that humanity is increasingly losing as financial markets collapse under the pressure of global trade wars and tariffs imposed by world leaders? There's a deeper crisis unfolding. It's not just about the economy, it's about morality, law, and the very core of who we are as humans. For our American audience watching, this hits right at the root. Let's decode this chaos together and find a path to financial freedom and a brighter future. The reality. What is humanity increasingly losing? Let's face the reality. Humanity today is losing two fundamental things: core values and trust in systems. Look at the financial markets. Stocks are declining, with the S&P 500 down 10% in just the past month as of April 2025, driven by uncertainty from new trade policies affecting global commerce. Companies are scaling back, investors are feeling the pressure, and the global economy is facing tough times. But this isn't just about numbers, it's about the challenges we're facing and the consequences we're dealing with. In America, ethical lapses in business are becoming more evident. Think about a recent issue at a major institution. Executives pushed employees to create millions of fake accounts to meet sales goals, even though they knew it was wrong. They faced a $3 billion penalty in 2020, but the damage to public trust was far greater. Or consider the challenges in the healthcare industry, where some companies have prioritized profits over people's well-being, leading to widespread harm. These aren't just poor choices, they're signs of a deeper decline in principles. Globally, the situation is just as concerning. In Europe, some financial institutions have been fined billions for questionable practices, yet their leaders still receive bonuses. In Asia, financial mismanagement at major firms has cost investors billions. The decline in values and accountability is disrupting the lives we want to build. When leaders put profits over principles and systems are overlooked, trust erodes, and so do markets. Humanity's foundation is weakening, and it's pulling the financial world down with it. The cause is, why is humanity losing values and trust? So why is this happening? Let's break it down. First, it's the innate nature of humanity. Humans are wired to act in their own self-interest. As some thinkers have noted, humans act for their own benefit. Whether it's positive or negative, it often comes down to what we gain. History shows this. Humans have always been competitive. Look at America. From the intense business rivalries of the Gilded Age to today's corporate competition, self-interest often takes the lead. The 2020 election debates, with passionate public demonstrations, weren't just about politics, they were about people advocating for their own vision of success. Second, cultural gaps amplify this issue. In America, there's a focus on achieving success at any cost. Wall Street often celebrates the go-getter mentality. If you're not pushing boundaries, you're not trying hard enough. This mindset can overshadow values. Add to that a growing skepticism toward institutions. According to a 2024 Pew Research survey, only 24% of Americans feel confident in their leaders. When people see systems as unreliable, they justify bending the rules. Globally, this is reflected in places like Europe, where workers protest trade policies that hurt their livelihoods, or in Asia, where financial mismanagement often makes headlines. Finally, ineffective oversight fails to manage this human nature. In America, rules exist, but enforcement can be inconsistent. Penalties for businesses are often minor. Leaders rarely face significant consequences. Regulatory bodies fine companies for market misconduct, but the measures aren't always enough to change behavior. Globally, the same lack of accountability allows financial mismanagement to persist. We've lost the balance between fostering values and ensuring accountability, and it's contributing to the downturn in markets and trust. The solution: how do we reclaim what we've lost? So how do we address this? We need to rebuild what we've lost: values and trust in systems, through bold modern solutions. First, we must combine values-based education with stronger accountability. Start with education. Teach children principles like integrity, fairness, and responsibility from a young age. In America, this means bringing ethics back into schools and boardrooms. Globally, it means drawing inspiration from ideas like fairness and responsibility to remind people that actions matter. Businesses should be held to ethical standards, not just profit goals. Imagine if Wall Street rewarded honesty as much as it rewards results. Second, we need a system that promotes accountability through transparency and fairness. Take inspiration from history. 2,000 years ago, a system of clear rewards and consequences helped unify a nation. Let's modernize that idea. Use AI to create a public evaluation system for leaders and businesses. Imagine Americans rating their local officials or CEOs based on criteria like transparency, fairness, and community impact. Score above 90%, you earn tax incentives or bonuses. Below 50%, you face reduced benefits, or your company faces meaningful consequences. This isn't a far-fetched idea. Tech companies already use AI to assess employees. Applied to leadership and business, it could encourage integrity and ensure accountability. Finally, let's connect this to your financial freedom. A society with strong values and reliable systems is one where markets can stabilize. When trust is restored, the stock market becomes a tool for growth, not a gamble. Trade policies won't disrupt your investments if global commerce is fair. In an uncertain world, the only way to succeed in the market is to rebuild the foundation of humanity itself. For Americans, this is an opportunity to lead the world in ethical leadership and economic recovery. Humanity is at a turning point. We've been gradually losing our core values and trust in systems, and it's contributing to the downturn in financial markets and global confidence. But we can change this. By rebuilding our principles and ensuring accountability, we can create a world where markets thrive and financial freedom becomes a reality. Americans, this starts with you. Encourage your leaders and companies to uphold higher standards, advocate for transparency, and invest in a system you believe in. The uncertainty can be decoded, but only if we take action. Subscribe to catch more of my personal insights, and let's build a stronger future together. And don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel to give me the motivation to keep decoding more fascinating topics.